Wunderbar, wir marschieren ganz vorne zum Start hin und wir freuen uns, wenn dann unsere Herren einlaufen hier. Athleten aus 12 Nationen sind jetzt im Massenstart dabei. 7 Norweger, 6 Franzosen und dann kommt schon die deutsche Delegation, deutscher Skiverband mit 4 Athleten dabei. 2 Schweizer.
Someone is on not langweilig, not terrible.
Ja, danke.
Bitte.
Ja. Wir holen mal alle. Ja.
Servus. 3-1-2. Hallo. 5-2-6.
En aucun cas vous présent dans l'état par exemple.
Das ist nicht der right number. 1 wieder.
Let me see.
15.
Rot. 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 Rot.
So, a warm welcome to viewers all over the world from Ruhpolding, the last day of racing here in this beautiful place. We have the men's mass start coming up 15 kilometers. That means a lap of 3 kilometers. They run that 5 times, and this is the lap. Chad, take us through it.
Okay, this course has been redesigned several times since the inception back in the 1970s. It's been around. It's one of the mainstays of the World Cup. But this new course, they've had to build the hills into it. It's been rebuilt several times. It's the second longest course of the entire repertoire, but 2 really big climbs. The biggest thing about this course is it's a pretty easy approach to the range. So the athletes have a nice, clean, and not a very windy range by reputation, and a nice rest coming in. So you have to be quick on the shooting, and clean.
And it makes this race very exciting because they have to shoot clean and fast to be in contest to win this race. And as you can see on the picture, fantastic conditions here, plus 5 degrees, and not much wind.
No, no, we see the wind graph, and we tend to see that wind graphic pop up when there's either a change of direction of the wind or intensity. And today the intensity is not bad, but it is coming right to left, which can mess with the prone target. But here's our start order.
Yeah, and in mass start, the start list is made out of the 25 best from the World Cup and the 5 best from the competitions run at the place you are. And earlier in the week there was an individual start, which was won by Vebjørn Sørum from Norway, by the way. And from the World Cup list, we have a couple of guys who couldn't make it.
Yeah, Martin Uldal and Campbell Wright, they almost sound to be, from our reports, from what you're getting in Norway and what I'm getting from the United States, is they both have kind of maybe the same similar thing. Some kind of stomach bug is what I heard from Lowell Bailey, the program director for the United States biathlon team, that Campbell Wright will be sitting out and not racing today. So that opens up the opportunity with Uldal out as well.
Yeah, but this is a guy we have to talk about, Chad, because what happened yesterday was that, I mean, the whole biathlon family and the whole biathlon world went into kind of state of shock because Johannes Stines Bø, in the yellow bib, he announced that he's retiring after the season. We should talk more about
Absolutely.
that. Let's make a presentation of these guys. Sebastian Samuelsson. You and I had a little chat here earlier, Chad, and I said he's my pick for today. And
Yeah, I think it's
and
a
I
good
mean
pick.
that he's really strong.
Yeah, I think it's a great choice. I think this guy, Vebjørn Sørum, is a coming off of his victory in the individual, is very much a possibility in this race. But I think he might be a little bit stung by his relay performance where he had some trouble from the standing. But I like this guy. Eric Perreault has not done much this week. He's probably pretty fresh, and he's ready to go today. He's also, if everybody else is a little bit tired, I think Eric Perreault has the power to possibly win.
Yeah, and he won the first mass start, didn't he, this season. Chocolat is always contender from France. Norway and France are dominating this season so far. Sturla Honberg, and he also has one win this season. Not in mass start though. And I think the guy standing next to him is a bigger favorite, but we have some questions. How does Johannes Stines Bø respond to his own retirement? Because mentally this is, I mean, a real challenge. Will he relax and enjoy the rest of the season, or is he mentally already retired? That's the question. Danilo Riedmüller from Germany. He is in the red bib at home in his home country, Germany. That must be special.
It's very special. I mean, it's only his 4th mass start race of his career, and he's wearing the red bib. So, you know, in his 4th start, he gets that red bib, and you can know the Germans are excited for him. We'll get ready to start here, but lots to talk about over the course of this 15-kilometer race.
Absolutely, and start is always a little tensed because there are 30 athletes close to each other out from the stadium here. This is what we call the Formula 1 of biathlon. Crowd is counting. And here we go. Mass starter in Ruhpolding on the way. And Chocolat is fast out here. And they turn.
Very quick start out of the stadium. Conditions are great.
Look at this arena, so intimate. It's a fantastic atmosphere.
Yeah,
Thousands of people.
Yeah, when you shoot on the shooting range, I can tell it's been a while, but when you shoot on the shooting range, you can feel the roar of the crowd because they're so close. This is the closest the crowd comes to shooting points of any venue in the world.
You can actually call every shot from the from the stands.
Yeah,
it's an amazing feeling.
You know, he's just talking. As we see Johannes Stines Bø here, you know, we think about like definitive performances. When an athlete talks about retirement, like he did yesterday in press conference in Ruhpolding, you think back to all you've seen of that athlete and those defining moments. And I think back to 2 years ago. The mass start wasn't run last year here. It was a pursuit. Yep. But 2 years ago, Johannes Stines Bø tried something that we hadn't seen before on this very venue, in this very event, the last time they competed here. And he just went from the gun. And he strung the field out. He had 3 penalties. He kept falling back after a miss and then roaring back to the front and won by 19 seconds. And I'd never seen a mass start where somebody had gone that hard. I don't see him doing that today, Andreas.
No, this is quite, not say slow, but they're not pushing too hard at the moment. We have Johannes Tinnesbø in front. And I must say, I know him quite well from doing commentaries for Norwegian TV. He's so focused. So when he ended that press conference yesterday, he said, guys, I have to go, I have a race to prepare. And he's so professional. So if there's one guy who can actually manage to retire one day and then win the next day, it's Johannes Tinnesbø.
We'll see what it does. He hasn't won at the same rate that he's won in years past. Remember his greatest years. In 2019, he won 16 World Cups, and in 2023, he won 16 World Cups plus 3 World Championship events for 19 wins. It's a record. He hasn't come close to that since, but you know, when he was at his best, he was and that 2023 season was the race I talked about, where he went off the front of the mass start and just strung this field out. It looked crazy. Like, I thought he was going crazy. And he was accruing 3 misses over the course of the race. It was almost like he was so fit he didn't care. I don't think he's the same. He's that same athlete this year.
No, he's not, for sure, and that's maybe also why he has chosen to do what he did yesterday, to say that he's retiring, because especially mentally, I think it's hard for him to be away from his kids.
Yeah.
It was a quite emotional press conference.
It was, yeah. I was kind of surprised at how candid he was with his thoughts and his emotions. It doesn't seem like, I don't know if it was out of character, but we I'm not used to seeing a Johannes Tinnesbø emotional.
No, not that often anyway. He's fond of his family and wants to stay more at home, and that's why he's retiring. And I think that decision also does something with the whole field. I mean, everyone has been shocked about this the last 24 hours since he told the world that he's retiring. And for the competitors, this is the guy they want to beat. Every day when they wake up and go to training, they have him in their minds.
And you know, Andreas, they only have 14 more chances to beat him. That's you know, so you're counting those down. But at the same time, Johannes Tinnesbø is just 7 victories shy of tying Ole Einar Bjørndal's all-time win record of 95. So if you think about that, he's got 7 races. He's got to win 7 of the next 14 races just to tie. He's got to win 8 of them. He's got to win more than 50% of the next races in the season, including the World Championships, the 4 individual races at the World Championships. And that's a pretty tough task.
It's a very tough task, but if he starts winning, we're going to talk about this day in, day out, and it will be very difficult for him too, because he will get a lot of questions about Ole Einar Bjørndal in the last months of his career. So, a couple of guys struggling a little at the end here, at the back of the field.
Yeah, let's see who that is. It looks like it's Riedmüller in the red bib there. We talked about him. Danilo Riedmüller is really kind of a revelation for the Germans, and it'll be interesting to see how he handles the pressure of wearing that red bib in the German crowd.
His home maybe a little behind there, but still they are together, coming up to the next split at 2.3.
And really incredible.
Yeah.
Really incredible ski conditions. Very easy to get competitive skis, I think, when the snow is right at freezing and the course is hard and in the shade.
Yeah.
So we don't see a lot of ski difference. A lot of Ruhpolding generally tends to be very stable on all conditions, the shooting range and the snow. So 3 athletes off the back.
Downhill here, but seems that they come through it without any problems.
Pretty easy approach to this range. As I've said, it's one of the faster and you get the most recovery into the shooting range. One thing you have to kind of watch though is a lot of these athletes, they're pushing each other in training sessions all season long in the combination sessions of roller skiing and shooting, that they're coming in, for venues like Oberhof and Kontiolahti, they're training for that, where their heart rate's a little bit high, and then they come to Ruhpolding and their heart rate might be just drop a little bit.
Yeah.
And you have to adjust to that and make sure that you come in at least hard enough so that you're at the intensity you're used to shooting at.
And here they come, ready for the first shooting. We have 4 shootings, first 2 prone shooting, and then last 2 standing. And Johannes Tinesbø is entering first. He's going up to lane 1.
The athletes in this first shooting will shoot on their bib number the first time, and then they'll file in the rest of the course of the race based on where they are in the standings. We're going to start getting our answer as to what kind of Johannes Tinesbø we're going to see post-retirement announcement.
Yeah. He's got 2 down, and 3, and 4. And 1 miss on the last shot for Johannes Tinesbø. Samuelsson is better. He has clean shooting. A lot of clean shooting, of course, here. Strelov is first, and Rastogujevs from Latvia.
We've seen Strelov all season long, very, very good at the shooting, very quick from the prone position, and that serves him very well. Here comes Johannes Tinesbø now in their yellow bib, the second one out of the penalty loop.
And he's number 17 out. Falk is the only one with a miss who is better than him.
So the gap between Tarja Boo is the last athlete out of the shooting range clean, 10 seconds back, and then it's 10 to Johannes Tinges, his brother. So the one Boo brother at the back, one Boo brother at the front. There's the miss.
And we usually say that in Ruhpolding and on mass start you have to shoot clean to win the race. If you're gonna have 1 miss, do it early, because they don't run this fast in the first couple of loops, so it's possible to gain some time.
Yeah, and the nature of this venue, the course, the lead group tends to get away from people. If you have a bunch of clean shooters, they'll just start pulling away from the field when in the penalty loop, because the course is actually relatively easy and pretty easy to get away from other groups.
But he's working harder now. Johannes Tinesbø coming closer. Falk is behind him now.
And with him there as well is bib 17. Or is that 7? Quinton Fillon, that's bib 7. Quinton Fillon-Maillet of France.
Yeah.
Fillon-Maillet has 2 wins in Ruhpolding. He likes this venue. He's got 2 mass start wins, but he's never won a mass start in Ruhpolding. So he's marking Johannes Tinesbø. Both of them now fighting from behind. As your pick for the win today looks back and says, "Hey, somebody else take charge here."
And he's talking with Jacques Ladd. Two guys who likes to say what they mean.
Yeah, they're very outspoken guys.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
outspoken. You saw that with Jacques Ladd in the individual race too. He made Johannes Tinesbø complete the race. Come on, you have the yellow bib. You have to go.
Yeah, I joked that when he announced it, I came out of the press conference. I said to my brother, I was like, I think Jacques Ladd shamed him into retiring.
Yeah.
I doubt that was the case, but it's still interesting to think about it. I mean, it happened the day after he almost gave up and dropped out of the race.
Yeah.
I think it was smart. I think it was good. It was a good decision for him to continue going.
And now he is really going here. Johannes Tinesbø trying to close the gap with Quinton Fillon-Maillet with him.
Looking very good on the skis. I think he's just about on the back of this lead pack now and has just about erased that. There's the yellow bib on the left.
Yep.
Gap at the last time check at 2.3 kilometers to Johannes Tinesbø off the back of that group was just about 4 seconds.
Samuelsson and Jacques Ladd is in the lead. Behind them, Strelov. Germans are doing well here.
Yeah, good start for the German team, and that's going to make the crowd react. But it's so tough to think about to be a German here and maintain your composure because you know they're going to be cheering at every shot.
Every single shot. Continue short uphill here. I think they know that some of the fastest skiers have missed, so they try to keep the pace up now to keep them away, but it's not easy. Samuelsson.
I think it's a good strategy. It's a good strategy. I think when you have the time, you have to. In Ruhpolding, the course is so fast that if you have any time, you have to try to take it as much time as you can while you have the time to do it.
As we can see, Johannes Tingesbø has not been able to close the whole gap. He's much closer, but they are working quite hard in front to keep him away.
Well, the speculation I had was whether he was going to, in preparation for the World Championships, whether he was even going to go to Antholz. We've seen the Norwegian team in the past sit out their best athletes from Antholz at high altitude and go to high altitude to just train for the World and get a break from the World Cup. With this announcement, and like as you say, those 7 races between him and Bjørndalen to try to get the record. What do you? I mean, you're Norwegian. You've been following this a long time. What do you think? What do you expect Johannes Tingesbø to do about Antholz? Do you expect to see him there next week?
Absolutely, 100%. Because he has a way of just come to Antholz or places with altitude and perform from day one. He's quite unique there, Johannes. So he's not afraid of that. He's definitely going to compete.
Yeah, altitude.
The season.
Altitude is definitely something that is that all the coaches and the athletes have to know about themselves, how they personally react. It's not you can't put a blanket statement about the Norwegians or the Germans do this. Really, it is quite individual, and a lot of athletes will decide whether they go on that team or not. And I think you're right. I think Johannes Tingesbø has not shown that altitude affects him terribly much when he goes there to compete.
They probably get in the car after the race and go straight to Antholz and start preparing. Jacomel is here with number 14. He's been a little disappointed about his own performances lately. Let's hope for him that the mass start in Ruhpolding gives him.
16 athletes now clean on the day, but they've been joined by some of the athletes with penalties, including Johannes Tingesbø and Quentin Fillon-Maillet. Perfect shooting conditions on their shooting ranges.
Perfect. Absolutely. And here they come for the second shooting and some pro shooting.
I call these conditions, these are nervous conditions. If you miss, it's because you're nervous, not because the conditions on the range. Have to perform.
Yeah. Let's see. Navrat is doing well, so is Samuelsson and Chakla. Oh, they're shooting so good.
And fast.
Yeah, very fast. Lagreid, Christiansen, Hornig from Czech Republic, and oh, your favorite, Perrault, he got the miss.
He got a miss, he's in the penalty loop. There is Johannes Tingesbø, he cleans this time.
Yeah.
He's now just 9 back.
Seconds. Yeah, he's still in it for another win, but it won't come easy.
You can see his focus, though. If there's any doubt that he has the fire left in him after yesterday's announcement, I think that climb up that hill answered it. His body language is all business today.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's shouting at Jacqueline.
Yeah,
Oh, barely got that last shot.
He also means business.
And he's shooting so quickly from the prone position that even though that shot was a near miss out at 9 o'clock, I think that is just a condition of how fast he's shooting. It's not necessarily bad shooting that he's out by the rim. It's just he's taking such big chances at that speed of the shooting that you're not sure you're going to hit the center of the target.
So here's the leading group. Chakla was first from the shooting. Now Jacomel actually is in the lead.
Yeah.
With Samuelsson, and then After that trio, we have Rastukujevs, we have Strelov and Kühn, who both shot clean again. And Burkhalter is he is a surprise.
Yeah,
He's number 28.
Joscha Burkhalter in his second mass start of his career. He had ties his personal best in his last mass start in Kontiolahti at the beginning of the season. You have to qualify to get into this top 30, and Burkhalter is outside. He's currently ranked 39th in the standings, but because of the event points and some dropouts, Burkhalter is in this competition. He's in the red suit right behind Johannes Tingnes Bø, trying to have a career best, currently in 7th.
Yeah, Sturla Holm-Lægreid is in front, together with Johannes Tingnes Bø there, but the Norwegian team is not performing well at the shooting range today. A lot of misses so far. We have 3 misses in total on Sørum, 3 on Dale Skjevdal. And the only one who shot clean so far is Strømsheim and Sjåstad Christiansen.
And Strømsheim's, they're not skiing too terribly well.
No, they are not, surprisingly.
Yeah. So
that makes this an open race.
The Norwegians.
Remember that so far we only have French and Norwegians winning races, and this is a very international field coming here.
That's absolutely right, and a great point that they've dominated. Both teams have, it's tended to be an all-French show or an all-Norwegian show. And today you've got a Frenchman at the front, Jacques Alain at the last time check, but you've got Samuelsson from Sweden, Samuelsson has 2 podiums this season, but no wins. You've got Rastukujevs at the podium this season and no wins. No wins in his career. He's up at the front of the field as well. Yep. And you've got Italy up there, 2 Germans and a Swiss athlete in the top 7 before you hit the first Norwegian.
Yeah, that's a surprise, you must say, because the Norwegian team has been dominating this sport the last few seasons.
I would say more than few. I would say the last decade they've dominated the sport.
All right.
I think you're being demure being a Norwegian.
But they have come closer now, and Johannes Tingnes Bø is a part of the leading group together with Sturla Holm-Lægreid with bib number 2 there on the right behind Jacques. So Jacques always looking around. If there's a screen, he watches it. Very fun skier to watch because he does the unexpected.
Well, I always like to get perspective of anybody who has a certain perspective, and you've called biathlon in Norway for a number of years. You know these athletes inside and out, and I'm just interested to see what do you think is going on with the Norwegians with their shooting today, based on what you've seen in the past.
I know one thing, they have a very angry coach down at the shooting range right now, because Siegfried Maase, the French guy who is the coach for the Norwegian team, he is not happy with this performance so far, but he's probably happy with Christiansen and Strømsheim, who shot well. Tarjei Bø, we saw there with number 9. He's with Claude, and he's also with Pedrushny in that group, but they have some gap they have to close. Quite a big leading group, and some of the greatest favorites are here. It's not easy to come from behind with Sturla Holm-Lægreid, Johannes Tingnes Bø, Jacques Samuelsson in the front group.
Well, the one clean Norwegian is still in this group. This is Vetle Sjåstad Christiansen at the back of it. It's a total group of 12 athletes at the front of the field. And Sturla Holm-Lægreid, the best athlete in the field with a miss. He's in 3rd spot. Quentin Fillon-Maillet in 4th.
Yeah, still great race by Joscha Burkhalter from Switzerland. He's struggling a little to keep up with the other guys in the leading group, but I am impressed with what he's done so far.
Yeah, and you think about the Swiss team, they have the World Championships coming up, and Burkhalter's not the guy we're usually calling. We're usually calling Stalder or Nicholas Hartweg. So when you start talking about the 3rd guy in the front of a national team in front of the field, and they're hosting the World Championships in 3 weeks.
Don't forget Finello.
Jeremy Finello. Yeah, he's very fast. In fact, Finello currently dropped down to the 6th fastest guy, but at the end of the first period, Jeremy Finello was the 2nd fastest skier on the World Cup statistically for period 1.
Yeah. Shooting number 3 coming up already. It's a fast race, and when we enjoy it, time goes fast. We're ready for the first of the 2 standing shootings. And if you miss now, it's very hard to come back.
Yeah, this is sort of the crossing the river time of the race.
We will probably lose a couple of guys from the leading group now, and a smaller group into the last shooting. Let's see what happens. Fiona starts early. Johannes Tingesbø has 2 down, 3 down. Fiona misses the 4th one. Johannes Tingesbø, 5 shots.
So
down,
quick.
so quick.
Oh, and Samuelson misses his last to try to hang on to that group.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult now because the guy in the yellow bib is out as number 2, but Giacomel is really on fire today. 3 clean shootings so far, with 2 Norwegians chasing him, and Hornig from Czech Republic. What a surprise that he is number 4, but he has also shot clean 3 times. Biomaye now out number 5. Vetle Sjåstad Christiansen shot clean, but he used too much time on that shooting, and that makes him not in position to, shouldn't say that, but he's 22 seconds behind after 3 shootings.
Yeah, that's a penalty. It's basically a penalty loop. He's a penalty loop back, but
it's a very, very important race for Vetle Sjåstad Christiansen today, because he fell out of the team after Le Grand Bonnat. Didn't race Oberhof, and this is his first competition in 2025, and the Norwegian team for the World Championships will be announced after Ruhpolding, so he has to really, really perform to have any chance at all. But now he's in the lead. Johannes Tingesbø, Giacomel just trying to hold on here. I think he will do this lap quite fast. I think he will try to use his...
You're talking Johannes Tingesbø.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tommaso Giacomel has complained about his fitness, and he's been bemoaning it a little bit about how he's felt. This is a good day for him, though. He's clean. He's 1 shot better than Johannes Tingesbø, but now he gets a ride off of the best biathlete maybe to ever have lived.
Yeah, and that's a good that's a good guy to be behind. But also he has to make a solution. He had to find a solution here. Should I go with him, or should I try to think of myself coming into the last shooting? It's not an easy choice. Giacomel has to make now.
And there are chasers. There are still 6 athletes within 21 seconds of the lead.
Yeah.
And still 12 or 11 athletes within 20 seconds of the podium. So I think that Giacomel, you're absolutely right. He has to do some calculus in his mind and figure out how hard does he want to go. But you know, it's so hard, Andreas, when you're an athlete and you're in that position, you feel good. You know that it's a little bit of a risk, but you tend to want to take that risk because, you know, a lot of times if you're going to win your first World Cup, with Giacomel has not won a World Cup yet. He's been second 3 times. If you're going to win, you have to take a little bit of a chance, and he's probably calculating that chance right now.
And they're having something to drink here on the way. It's a long race and it's quite warm in Ruhpolding. They're sweating now, and he wants Giacomel to go up in front now.
He said, "I've done the pacemaking, and it's time for you to do a little bit of the work." And Giacomel seems to be able to take the pace up a little bit.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by that maneuver from Bø, but maybe he doesn't feel in his best shape. He was out of training for the Christmas period, and even though he showed in Oberhof that he can race fast, I don't think he felt very well on the individual race here in Ruhpolding.
Yeah, and I've noticed, Andreas, that he looks good in the first half of the races. He looks like himself. Like the first 2 laps, he looked fine. He looked like he could put the pressure on, but now he's skied hard for a lap or 2,
Yeah.
And he's now I think is when he's actually struggling. I think he's not as fit as he was, and that happens when you don't get your base training. When you're racing a lot and you don't build that aerobic efficiency, then you start having trouble late in the races. And I think that was what he was facing in the individual as well when he almost dropped out at the first day of competition here.
And it's not the most positive body language I've seen from
No.
Johannes Stines Bø.
No, it's not.
I must say. So he's maybe not the maximum day on the skis, but he's still in position to win this race. Sturla Holm Lægreid is trying his best to come closer.
You know, Andreas, this might be the perfect situation for Tommaso Giacomel to win his first race. He's got Johannes Stines Bø, and he's not the Johannes Stines Bø we're used to seeing. It's post-announcement. He knows that maybe he's got Johannes Stines Bø on the ropes and can maybe beat the greatest guy. This might be the day that he beats Johannes Stines Bø, and he's got about 3 kilometers of skiing left, 4 kilometers of skiing left, and a shooting stage to do it.
Yeah, interesting situation for Giacomel, who's been, as I said, quite disappointed about his own performances lately. He was number 21 here earlier in the week. Races in Oberhof, he was really disappointed.
Coming up to 11
top 40, but he wants so much more than that.
Lægreid he's made a second on both Giacomel and JT Bø in that last time check. It's only a second, but it's a sign that Johannes Stines Bø is not forcing the pace at the front of the field.
But still so impressed by Hornig. The race he does is really good. He shot clean also in the individual race. So if Hornig shoots clean now, he can go from Ruhpolding without a single shot missed.
Hornig in his second World Cup mass start for Czech Republic. He's 25 years of age. His best finish was the 5th place in Ruhpolding earlier this week in the individual. His next best was a 15th in the mass start in Kontiolahti to begin the season. Hornig, a bit of a revelation, currently ranked 26th in the standings, and that's a huge jump up from previous seasons. He was ranked at the end of last year.
This is a breakthrough.
92nd place last year. He's jumped to 26th now. So an opportunity for him.
Now for the win. Norwegian fans, they hope, of course, that Johannes Stines Bø or Sturla Holm Lægreid will do it. But a lot of Biathlon fans hope also for Giacomel that he gets his first. How it's going to end, I know Sturla Holm Lægreid is a very, very good shooter in these situations.
We know that you can't cheer for Italy, so I'll be the cheerleader for Giacomel. Starts with the hit.
Oh,
2 for 2.
Giacomel.
He looks good.
3, 4. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Oh, what a shooting from Giacomel. And Johannes Stines Bø gets 1 miss, and Sturla Holm Lægreid is trying to keep up, but Giacomel gets a good gap here.
Hornig trying to get into the podium places as well, but Giacomel takes control of the race, and he's got on Lægreid going out to the last 9 seconds. Oh, it's going to be tight.
And can Johannes do something about the 2 in front? I don't think so. It's a long way for him now, 23 seconds. There have been moments in his career when he has been that strong, but not now. I don't think so. Rastogujevs is 9 seconds behind Johannes Stines Bø. Samuelsson not very far from the podium.
Sadly, Hornig had a miss there and is in the penalty loop, has yet to come out. I didn't catch if it was more than 1, but it looks like it's maybe two or more for the Czech athlete.
Yeah. Petter Sjostad Christiansen shot clean again, but uses some time on the shooting range. Jacquelin is 8th, and Christiansen in 9th place.
So you being the Norwegian expert, is 9th enough for Christiansen with them naming the team for Norway to the World Championships tomorrow? Is this enough?
Yeah, it's so many questions we have, because you have Martin Uldal, who's been very good. He's now ill, so what will they do with him? It's difficult.
But Uldal has a win. So he has a win this year in this sprint.
Yeah, so if he's fit, then he will go, I think. So interesting choice they have to make. But look at this.
This is it.
I mean,
This is
the moment.
the moment for Tommaso Giacomel. We'll remember two things on men's biathlon: that Johannes Tingnes Bø dropped the bomb. Stromsheim got his first win, and now Giacomel in position to be a second first-time winner in Ruhpolding this week.
Yeah.
It's rare. It's rare to see first-time winners, and we might get two of them here this weekend.
Yeah, Vebjørn Sørum got his first on the 20K individual. Now Giacomel can do it on the mass start, but how far behind is Sturla Holm-Lægreid? That's the question.
Lægreid again was 9.3 seconds back after shooting 4, coming up on the 13.9 kilometer time check. We'll find out if Giacomel is gaining time or losing it to the Norwegian. It's Norway 2-3 and Italy number 1.
What a performance, but he's closer, isn't he?
It's close. It looks close.
Yeah, he is closer. Giacomel should know that Sturla is not a very good sprinter, though. So he has to catch him and maybe...
I did a little head count there in my own head, just ticking it off. It looked like about 7. That would be my guess. And Giacomel goes for the bottle in the last loop. You know you're on your last leg when you need a drink in the last loop and you're leading a World Cup.
Can he do it? I don't know. It's closer now. Sturla Holm-Lægreid, but look also, Johannes Tingnes Bø is a lot closer, isn't he?
I just counted 10 on that one. I think he's actually pulling time out of Lægreid, but I think you're right. Johannes Tingnes Bø might be making time on both of them.
Yeah.
He was 23 back and 12 back of Lægreid after leaving the shooting range. I think he's closer to Lægreid, but maybe not any closer to Giacomel. Tommaso Giacomel with a spectacular shooting performance. 0 misses on the day, and he was just saying this week how disappointed he is with the season. Well, he's not going to be disappointed in Ruhpolding.
No, for sure not. This is a hero performance. Fantastic what he's done here, Giacomel and Sturla Holm-Lægreid. We get a split time here at the top of the uphill, don't we?
13.9K, yep, here we go.
Yep.
Now we'll see the damage.
See. But look at Johannes. Is he closer? No. Lied a little, I think.
10.6. He's lost a second. There it is, 10.6 seconds.
10.6. And Johannes Tingnes Bø is closer, but Tommaso Giacomel is very close to his first World Cup victory now. Samuelsson is hoping for the podium. Looks fresh there.
From the shooting,
and Rastogoyev's not able to follow him.
From the shooting range to that time check, Johannes Tingnes Bø has taken 8 seconds out of the young Italian. Sturla Holm-Lægreid has taken none. He's actually dropped a second.
Yeah, he has. And I think Tommaso Giacomel can make this.
Skiing looks good. He's clearly tired, but he's holding his technique together pretty well. But you can see the body language that he is on his last. He's on his last breath and his last bit of energy this weekend.
Yeah.
But Lægreid doesn't look a lot better either.
He doesn't, and he's not coming any closer. He lost the second actually. And Johannes Tingnes Bø is closer to Sturla, but even he looks quite tired now.
And look at Sebastian Samuelsson.
Yeah.
He
hopes to catch one of the Norwegians.
He's trying. He's moved to the second spot in the fastest ski time in period 2. In fact, Ponsaloma of Sweden and Samuelsson have surpassed Johannes Tingnes Bø this week with the fastest ski times of the year.
And Rastogoyevs looks like he's safe in his 5th place spot, but this is...
It's huge.
The man.
It's huge.
Look at the Waxman and the Italian team. They are cheering and celebrating this amazing victory. Tommaso Giacomel from Italy. He finally gets his first win. Thumbs up for that. Unbelievable After a few disappointing races and an Instagram post, he shared that he's so disappointed. He comes back and he wins the mass start in Ruhpolding. Tommaso Giacomel, congratulations. What a performance. And then in second is Sturla Holmlagreit and Johannes Tingnes Bø. Says goodbye to Ruhpolding with the podium. But not able to close in on Bjørndalen this time.
No, it's, that gap still remains. 7 wins to Ty Bjørndalen, but he'll have fond memories of this venue where he's won 4 times already or 8 wins in Ruhpolding before this final race today. He goes up like a true gentleman and congratulates Tommaso Giacomel on stealing the headlines today for Italy as they head to Antolz next week. And Giacomel will be greeted in Antolz like a hero.
For sure.
Well, we saw
Did he believe that himself when he woke up this morning? Today I'm going to win my first race. I'm not sure he did, but
and that's the way the sport is. You don't know what's going to happen. You wake up every day with an opportunity and you just take what comes. And Giacomel did that just so brilliantly today.
Oh, that's a bad crash on the finish line.
Oh yeah, 3 athletes together there. That
was one of them.
Yeah, Burkhalter, Leschusser, Christian Tarjabou, and Eric Perot all came across the line there in 12th to 15th place.
I hope none of them are injured after that, because actually I think they're okay. This guy is certainly okay.
Yeah, he's gonna remember
More
this
than
one.
Okay.
We're all gonna remember this one. I'll remember this for years to come. Every time Giacomel takes a starting line, his first victory. And he does it in grand fashion, the only 20 for 20 shooting performance in the field, and he gets the gold for that.
Oh, that's truly amazing.
And under such pressure, there was so much pressure that you have to get to that point and fail many times before you actually pull it off. And Giacomel has been there. He's been on the threshold of winning in the past and has lost. Today, against all odds and against the greatest, maybe the greatest biathlete of all time, standing head to head, he betters him by 1 shot in the final shooting stage and takes the win.
And I have to tell you, Chad, I didn't quite believe you when you said this is his great chance to win a race, because he was together with the number 1 and 2 in the World Cup.
Well, I'm not Norwegian, but I do know my biathlon.
But he did it.
It was great.
It was, truly, truly amazing.
Look at the smile. It's great. And Vebjørn Sørum, whose triumph came earlier this week on Wednesday's opening race, is going to struggle across the line with 5 penalties and 26th today for Norway. And not what this man expected or hoped for either today, as Danilo Rietmuller comes in with a red bib. He'll lose that red bib today with 5 missed shots as well, coming across the line into 28th spot.
Yep.
Well, we saw some history here today.
Tigana in 29, and last guy to the finish line is David Komats.
I have to think back, as Komats comes across the line to finish out the 30-man field. Andreas, I'm thinking back to who would be the last male Italian to win a World Cup. It might be Willy Paulhuber. Is there anybody newer since then? I don't know if that's your era.
Lukas Hofer.
Lukas Hofer, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Hofer,
and also Dominic Windisch.
Dominic Windisch, correct. Yep, those guys. But today, it's all Italy with Giacomel with 0s next to his name. And he wins by 6.3 seconds over Sturla Holmlagreit. The 2 Norwegians, Johannes Tingnes Bø, the legend, leaves Ruhpolding with a bronze medal on the final day.
That's a nice podium.
Very nice.
Samuelsson, Rastogoyevs, Fiomaye, Strelov, Jacquelin. That's the top 8. Then you get Hornig. Good race, but 2 misses on the last shooting. Hartveg, Navrat, Perot, Tarjabø, Falk, Burkhalter, Christiansen. He shot clean, but still ended up as number 16, so his shape is probably not the best.
So that was I have to correct myself. We had I missed Christensen as also the second 20 for 20. So
surprise he's not higher with that shooting result. Claude Ponsilona, Claude Strømsheim, Pedroshny, Venus Kühn, Dale Skjevdal.
Looking at today's results, is a little bit of a changing of the guard, so to speak. Giacomelli, the young 24-year-old from Italy, getting his first victory. And you see Vetle Sjosa Christensen, who's been such a mainstay of the Norwegian team, clean and way down in 16th spot. And you have to feel for Vetle a little bit. I think that this might be, he's not choosing to call it the end of a career or the end of a season, but he's not likely to make that Norwegian team for the World Championships now.
No, it's not, and you might get the feeling that it's an end of an era for Sjosta Christiansen, but he's going to have a real hard time coming to the Olympic season, and there's a lot of young guys he has to beat to be a part of the Olympic team, which is even harder than the World Championships. Because of the quotas.
Well, 32 years of age, we'll certainly wish Vetle Sjosta Christensen all the best. He's currently ranked 20th in the overall standings, has 6 victories in his career. That goes along with 25 total podiums for Vetle Sjosta Christensen over the course of his career. Today, not a shining moment, and we may be seeing the sunset on a career there as well.
Yeah, I'm afraid so, but I hope I'm wrong, because he's a really fun guy and nice guy to have.
Yeah, there's still certainly opportunity to come back. It's just such a tough team to make in Norway, even when you have the credentials that Vetle Sjosta Christensen does. So we'll hopefully see him again in the future and not hear any retirement announcements from him yet. Or at least we don't want to wish that on anybody. But Tommaso Giacomelli stole the show.
He did. Giacomelli finally got his first. He was drinking also on the last. Some lovely pictures here from Ruhpolding. Tommaso Giacomelli will never forget this day.
Giacomelli, World Cup winner. How does that sound to you?
It's just insane. I mean, it's completely out of this world. Yeah, it's been a really tough time for our team. And striking back today, showing everyone what we are capable of. I think it's great. We have an amazing team, amazing workers, and this is unbelievable.
It's a great bounce back for the whole team. You shot the perfect 20, coming on top of a stellar team. You should be proud of you and the whole team.
I am absolutely proud. I'm really proud of the job I've done these years, and I am super proud of this team, all the Waxman, the chef, the physiotherapist. Everyone is involved, and this is a big, really big team result. Yeah.
And it's a big result for you. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
A big result for a big performance for a young athlete on his way up, rising star Tommaso Giacomel. And he said some telling things there that he felt like they showed everybody what they can do today. And sometimes it's more about showing yourself what you can do than showing everybody else what you can do. And I think Tommaso Giacomel maybe showed himself more himself something that he can do than anybody else. And he believed, and he won today.
And we have been waiting for this because I remember his breakthrough season. He was very good in the World Championships in Oberhof, and now he's the best athlete of all in the mass start in Ruhpolding. And a lot of congrats to all the Italians.
Yeah, anytime a smaller nation, a smaller program wins a race or gets a podium at all, it's a huge team effort. There's so many people behind this performance. There are the psychologists, there are the training coaches, there are the wax technicians. It's a group of upwards of 40 people who contribute to these results. And certainly a lot of people not here on hand who are enjoying this victory from Italy.
Because of these wonderful people in the yellow jacket. So please give a big hand to all the volunteers.
Waiting for the prize ceremony now.
Because if we don't have volunteers, we
Ruhpolding
don't
will
have
prepare for the women's race, which you have to do alone, Chad.
So, in appreciation,
Yeah, I'll miss you. It's been fun to catch up. We've known each other for years, and it's been great to call this race with you, and nice to have you back on the microphone. So thanks for joining me this morning in Ruhpolding, or this afternoon in Ruhpolding. It's been great. Nice to hear a familiar voice from Norwegian television.
and we are already looking
Nice to do this together with you as well. This is the total score in the World Cup. Johannes Tines Bø is still in the lead. Sturla Holm Lagerud might catch him, but still a lot of races left. I think Johannes really would like to finish his career with another overall win.
Yeah, I think he's on good track to do that. Being in third today is certainly a good performance to keep that train rolling. But you know, now he drops from 14 starts to 13 starts, yet to still chase down that magic 95 of Oleander Bjørndalen. He's not going to get the Olympic Games medals because he is foregoing the Olympics next year. He's got 8 Olympic medals compared to Bjørndalen's 14, 5 gold compared to Bjørndalen's 8. But the one that is within grasp still mathematically is the overall wins, which is 95 to 88 right now as it stands.
Not many athletes retire 1 year before the Olympics.
Yeah.
Johannes Tines Bø does that, and I think the Olympics was maybe one of the main reasons, because he knows he has to work so hard to make it to the Olympics and be at his best there, and that will take some time. As start Cup, Sturla Holm Lagerud has taken over the lead, and Britt Miller will not wear the yellow bib in the next mass start.
And that's a good little nod to Sturla's season. He's had a pretty solid year as Sturla Holm Lagerud. He's got his first win of the season in Oberhof in the men's pursuit. He has before that had 4 podiums in 5 races to start the season, and just couldn't get on top of anything. Now he's actually in a crystal globe position in this discipline. So well earned by Sturla.
2 mass starts left in the World Cup. That's in Pokljuka, 16th of March, and in Oslo, Holmenkollen.
It'll wrap up the season. The master season. Yeah, in Holmenkollen, your stomping grounds.
Yeah. Well, that's for sure going to be an emotional race with the very last race for Johannes Tines Bø. in his career, but he was beaten today by this young fellow, Tommaso Giacomel, with a surprise victory and very emotional as well, as we could see. He's only 24 years and he has a World Cup win.
Yeah, this sport can get the best of you. It can really get you not believing in yourself, especially on the shooting range. And then if the ski form, you lose the ski form, you've worked so hard, you feel all your goals being flushed away with poor performance after poor performance. And then something clicks. You find maybe the right mix of recovery and stress load from the racing and the training, and then you get in the right frame of mind. You go 20 for 20, and suddenly everything changes.
Yeah, quite poor shooting at the beginning of 2025 for Giacomel, but on the relay here he shot clean, and maybe that was a key that he found out how to shoot here in Ruhpolding. Today he shot clean in all 4 shootings.
Yeah, going back to the start of the season in Kontiolahti, hasn't had a clean race in any race this year. In fact, his shooting percentages so far this year have 78% total. 1% better than last year, but 2% worse than 2 seasons ago. But he's increased his ski speed. But you're going back and looking back, he's got penalties and everything. In the mass start in Kontiolahti, he had 7 penalties. He had 7 penalties in the pursuit in Oberhof, and just shows you how mental the sport is when you can have your biggest performances of 4 shooting stages are both 7 misses, and you come in and you go perfect on a day in Ruhpolding against the man who everybody's pulling for in a way to win his next race before he retires. It's a big turnaround for him. And he'll kind of look at his career a little bit differently, I think, with a victory now in his pocket.
For sure. And when you've done it once, it's maybe easier to do it again. For Giacomel, he's broken the barrier. So we're waiting for the prize ceremony. So here they are, ready to be honored and cheered for by the famous Ruhpolding crowd.
Welcome to the award ceremony of the BMW IBU World Cup Biathlon 2025 in Ruhpolding Mustard Men. Herzlich willkommen zur Siegerehrung des BMW IBU Weltcup Biathlon 2025 in Ruhpolding, Massenstart der Männer. The prizes will be presented by, die Preise werden überreicht von Tore Beugard, the representative of the IBU, from Jörg Flechtner, president of the German Ski Federation, and from Manfred Weber, president of the European People Party. Third
Start with third place.
place, dritter Platz, Norway.
Quite well known. Johannes Tingesbø, who announced his retirement yesterday. He will do the rest of the season, but this was his last race in Ruhpolding, and he is on the podium.
8 victories at this venue, and he's got to be thinking back all the great times he's had here.
Well, that's truly a special moment. Johannes Tingesbø last time on the podium in Ruhpolding. I understand why they take pictures.
He looks a little choked up. Emotions may be flooding for Johannes Tingesbø as he reflects on this mecca of biathlon.
Sturla Holm Lægreid. He's also on the podium in second place. As you said, got his first win of the season in Oberhof. The pursuit confirms good shape here in Ruhpolding. But more than anything, this is a day to celebrate. Tommaso Giacomel.
Previous best this season, just 7th. He proves that by 6 spots. Stands atop the podium. First time in his career. That tells it all.
Does he enjoy that?
Got a little bit of goosebumps.
This means so much to him.
He just wants to savor it, you can tell.
We said it earlier. Norway and France are the only nations with a win before this race, and now Italy becomes the third nation to win a race in the Men's World Cup this season.
And it changes his profile quite a bit for all of us. He's a World Cup winner now.
Giacomel, Lægreid, Bø. That's top 3. Fourth place, Sebastian Samuelsson.
For the second time this season, just off the podium for Sebastian Samuelsson. Having a great season, currently sitting 6th overall in the standings.
Rastogoyes from Latvia in 5th place, and Fiomaye from France in 6th. Very international top 6.
Yeah, it's a good mix of flags on the flower ceremony today. And Rastogoyes having a kind of a resurgent season as well in his own right at 36 years of age. The lone Latvian contender at the top of the field.
Yeah. Well, he's had quite a few good performances lately. Was on the podium on the 20K and confirmed his good form now in 5th place.
Ruhpolding treating him well this week.
Yeah. Very much so. That was the ceremony, and this is the winner, Tommaso Giacomel. Will never forget 19th of January 2025. That was the day he won his first World Cup race. And a great performance. And there's more to come from Ruhpolding, because at 3 o'clock you will be back, Chad. Isn't that right?
Yeah, we'll be back to watch Francisca Proyas try to take home and thrill this crowd, take home her victory in the women's mass start. I'll be on the call by myself. And Andreas, thanks so much for joining me today.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure working with you, Chad. Hope we can repeat that sometime in the future. And with that, we say from Ruhpolding, bye-bye, and tune in again for the women's race.